I am using some different shades of purple, and I've just taken a length of purple. This is a light shade of purple. This is how it came in the package, and I just took one of these strips and cut it in half. So that's what I have here. It's just a half length. I think that the whole strip is about 17.5 inches. So I just cut it in half. I'm going to start with just a basic, just a quilled, just a coil, closed coil, and then I'm going to glue it and make it into a teardrop. So if you haven't watched or haven't done quilling, we do have a video about the basic shapes that you can watch, and it will show you the process behind just making the shapes. So I have that glued. I just like to pinch it there where I glued it. And so now I have a teardrop. And then I want it to, and then I'm taking a piece of white quilling paper. And the white quilling paper is the same size. So I did the same thing. I took the full quilt strip and cut it in half. And I'm just going to wrap this around the outside of the teardrop that I made. And I'm just keeping it secure. I'm going to do it a couple times and then I'm going to just give it some more glue. And this is going to be a pretty basic snowflake, but they're fun to make. And they make great gifts if you want to give somebody a little ornament for their tree, or even for their, if somebody has an office, you can make it to hang, so they can hang it in their office. They're cute and fun and unique, so you're not going to see a ton of quilled snowflakes around. And you can do this to any shape. So I have one of the elements for my snowflake, and then we're going to make 6 of them. The next shape we're going to do is just a marquee. So this is what we use for like leaves. And so for all of them, we're going to do 6. See if I can get that to focus. Then I'm going to do, this is 4 inches of white. I'm folding it in half, and I'm going to make a heart. Again, if you don't know the basic shapes, I do have an intro video, and it will show you all these shapes that we're using, the quilt shapes. Okay, so when you get the heart, you have to find the crease where you folded it. And there's a heart. Alright, so like I said, we're going to need 6 of each of them. I'm going to take, these ones are going to be our center. I'm going to put glue on both sides of it. I'm going to put glue on the other side of this one. And remember that less glue is better. Too much glue just makes a mess, and then it can get frustrating because it sticks to your fingers, especially when working with white. You can get like dust and dirt attached to it, and you can always add more glue if you need to, but too much glue just can create problems. And I think most of us have the more is better mentality, and so we add more, and that's really not the case. So now that I have all 6 that I wanted there, I'm just gonna hold the center. See, I can add some more glue. Looks like I need to. And then I'm spreading them out to evenly space them. Yeah, and that attached to me. Okay, so I need some more glue here. And they're not touching a ton. Ah, so that's where the glue stuck to my finger, and then I pulled out the coil. Okay, that was, take the glue off my fingertips. Okay, so I'm just holding the center and I'm spacing these guys out. Okay, so I'm happy with that. This is a great flower if you want it to do a flower, but we're gonna keep going and we're gonna make it into a snowflake. So I wanted to add these little guys. These are the marquises that we made. I'm gonna add those to the center of those, and I'm looking for the edge where I glued it. So that's where it was glued, and I'm gonna put that towards the center. I'm gonna put that where it would be hidden inside of there. One, it's a cleaner finish, and then two, if it does happen to open, it's glued inside of there. So if it was out here, it could actually pop open, but because it's facing the inside of our design, it's just not gonna pop open like it could on the outside. And then the hearts, this is just a fun feature to add, give it a little bit more openness. Since we did the coils here, these scrolls are just going to add a little more. I just think that they make it a little more open and delicate. We're going to do those on the rounded part of each teardrop. And remember that you can manipulate these as you need to. All right, so I kind of have that mapped out how I want to glue them, and let's get to it. So I'm going to do a little bit of glue just there. It's on my, oh, you can't see that. There we go. Just on a little piece of I usually use the non-stick backings for my stickers that I save. But this time I'm just gonna dip these both sides into the glue. And my quilling tweezers, I don't know where they are right now. And the only difference is their needle point. So they do make it easier. These are my Cricut ones, and they're a little big. Actually, I could probably do it with my hands even better. And just depending on how much you do quilling, this comes together in about 20 minutes, I would say. I can time it next time and let you know, but I would say it's about 20 minutes to start to finish. So if you're doing multiple of them, you can definitely assembly line it a little bit better and just make all your petals. You guys know I like to just get a little bucket and sit on the couch and do this while I'm watching TV with my family. So you can just make all your shapes while you're sitting there, and then put them together as you have time. That one came off. We got to put some more glue there. Alright, you see how these ones are popping off? I'm just going to put some glue there, picking it up with the needle part of my tool. And you can use a toothpick, you could use the tip of your glue even, so it's just whatever you have. And got our last one. Alright. I'm going to put this under something darker. Let's see. Since we have all the white on there, the white on white. I should have done it on here to begin with. Now you can't see the purple as much. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the parts more that keep falling off. And then I'm going to just use, you see how this one, I just got a piece of the length of ribbon, not too big, and then I just used a drop of glue. Hot glue is what I used actually. So a little drop of hot glue to attach it on there. This one I actually made a couple years ago, so it's still holding up well. I did not seal it with anything. I have not found a great sealer that doesn't give it discoloration, but they hold up really well. I mean, you shouldn't wet it, of course, but it's been good. So there's that. I will post a link with the introduction video if you need that. And I hope you enjoy making these. Share your projects.